Hey everyone, this is Mama Frog. I know I haven't done a vlog in a while, but today I think I have a really good topic, something that actually irritates me a lot, and I'm sure that this is probably going to lose me some friends, and so be it. It makes me sad, but you know, it's one of those things that this is something that I believe in greatly. So, what we're going to be talking about today is the gay agenda, or reasons that homosexuality is wrong. And we're going to start out with the most touted reasoning that homosexuality is wrong, and that would be the religious aspect of things. So we're going to go straight to Leviticus, and let's see, we've got Leviticus 18:22. It is wrong to have sex with a man as one does with a woman. Leviticus also goes on to state the following. The following things are wrong. Letting your hair become unkempt, 10:6. Tearing your clothes, 10:6. Drinking alcohol in holy places, 10:9. Eating an animal which doesn't both chew cud and has divided hoofs, which would be a camel, rabbit, or a pig. So you bacon eaters, you're in trouble. Also, touching the carcass of any of the above. That would include a pigskin, which would be a football, which would be all of you men that like to watch football. You're screwed. Let's see what else we have here. Eating or touching the carcass of any seafood without fins or scales. Let's see. Having sex with a woman during her period. Cursing the deaf or abusing the blind. Defrauding your neighbor. Lying. Stealing. Crossbreeding animals. Mixing fabrics and clothing. That's 1919. Eating fruit from a tree within 4 years of planting it, 1923. Astrology, practicing divination or seeking omens, that would be 1926. Trimming your beard, 1927. Getting tattoos, 1928. Cursing your father or mother is punishable by death, that's 29. Let's see. Working on the Sabbath, 23:3. Blasphemy, 24:14. Selling land permanently, 25:23. So if we're going by Leviticus, a lot of you guys are pretty much screwed. Having tattoos, trimming your beard, wearing clothes with mixed fabrics, you know, you're screwed. So you can't really pick and choose the certain things that you want to believe, the passages that you believe in, and the passages that you don't. That's not a good way of going about things. That's very hypocritical. While the Bible is nearly silent on homosexuality, a great deal of its content is devoted to how Christians should behave. The New Testament insists upon fairness, equity, love, and the rejection of legalism over compassion. If heterosexual Christians are obliged to look at the Bible to determine the sinfulness of homosexual acts, how much greater is their obligation to look to the Bible to determine the sinfulness of their behavior towards gay people, especially in the light of the gay community's call to them for justice. Here are a couple of Bible passages which are pertinent to this particular concern. John 8:7, Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. We've got Romans 13, 8 through 10. Let no debt remain outstanding except the continuing debt to love one another. For whoever loves others has fulfilled the law. The commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and whatever other command there may be are summed up in this one command. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. Colossians 3, 11 through 13. Here there is no Gentile or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave or free, but Christ is all and is in all. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. Marinate on that as I continue. And this next one is Matthew 23, 23 through 24. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You give a tenth of your spices, mint, dill, and cumin, but you have neglected the more important matters of the law, justice, mercy, and faithfulness. You should have practiced the latter without neglecting the former, you blind guides. You strain out a gnat but swallow a camel. And there are two more passages and then I'm going to go on because I think I've pretty much covered the religious aspect and pretty much squashed that. Matthew 7, 1 through 2. Do not judge or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Luke 6, 41 through 42. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, Brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when you yourself fail to see the plank in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the plank out of your eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. The Bible is not a rule book. Christians cannot lift out of its context any passage from it and still hope to gain a clear understanding of that passage. It's important to understand that even the most fundamentalist Christian sects do not take the Bible wholly literally. The New Testament is 2,000 years old, the Old Testament much older. The Bible's cultural context, along with a translation at hand, is always taken into consideration by any Christian serious about understanding this vast and complex work. To excerpt any isolated short passage from the Bible and then claim for that passage absolute authority is to fail to take the Bible on its own terms. If we wish to follow the Word of God, then we must take the entirety of God's words into account. So, there you go. The second thing that I've heard a lot is that it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Really? How old are we? Really? And then, of course, there is it just grosses me out. Seriously? It is 2014. Grow the fuck up. Grow up. Grow up. There are a lot of things that gross me out, but I don't talk about it to everyone. I don't push my beliefs on somebody else. Those are my issues. Those are my insecurities. Those are things that bother me. They're not anybody else's business. Because it grosses you out, people should, who are you to judge? Who are you to say that anybody else, to dictate to someone else, oh, you can't get married, you can't kiss in front of people, you can't hold hands, you shouldn't be together, it's gross, it disgusts me, I don't blah blah blah. Really? Grow up. Grow up. You know, this isn't the day of you know, people having problems with black and white people being together, and that was okay, and you know, mixing races was horrible, and that kind of ignorance. It's over. There are some people that still have those beliefs these days, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. However, every single human being should have the exact same rights. If we have the right to marry, gay people should have the right to marry. And honestly, if you think about it, I mean, how many people do you know that have been married several times? They've been divorced. They have kids with several different people. Really? That's, you know, people talk about the sanctity of marriage. Come on now. Really? Getting divorced, marrying other people, having kids with different last names? No. No, that's not going to wash. So pretty much, you know, like I said, everybody is entitled to believe what they want to believe. That's fine. That's fine. That is our right as a human being. But we have no right to take homosexual people and tell them that they cannot get married, that they should not be in love with each other, that there's something wrong with them, that they're sick, or that it's an illness or a disease. No, that's not right. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. So pretty much that's all I'm going to say about that. I think that I've made my point pretty clear, how I feel about those things. You know, like I said, if you're a man and you like to watch lesbian porn, but however you think that gay men are disgusting, you're a hypocrite. Get over yourself. These are my beliefs. This is how I feel. You know, and if you have a different aspect and you have a different way of seeing things, that's great. If you think that something that I've said is incorrect, send me a message. We can talk about it. It's great. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. But that's all I'm going to say about this. And I'm going to continue on my day and have a wonderful day. And much love from Mama Frog, and I'll see you guys next time.